Kurka. I'm the curator of the show Synthetic Masquerade here in November 2008 at SomArts in the main gallery. And what you're seeing is an exhibit of avatar-based art, a multimedia exhibit of digital pieces, traditional art, and some machinima, which showcases the notion of what an avatar is. An avatar is a digital representation of a person on the internet, and people say that in a few years pretty much everyone's going to have an avatar. And so what that means in terms of our identity is what we're trying to explore here in our show. The show runs from November 6th to the 28th. There's some live painting going on.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Lipsky. I'm Filthy Fluno in the virtual world of Second Life. And I make artwork that is abstract interpretations of virtual culture. This piece right here is a self-portrait of my avatar, Filthy Fluno. And it's done in an abstract way. Many people, when they look at the piece, they might see Filthy Fluno holding bottles of wine or booze or something. And I was trying to emphasize the partying mentality of the character, because I have a lot of fun with this character in Second Life. Well, the funny thing is that my wife saw the piece when it was done, and it's actually a pastel drawing. I use traditional art making materials to render these interpretations. And my wife came downstairs and she saw it, and she had a completely different take on it. Where she saw, I was dealing with a friend of mine who was struggling with alcohol addiction, and she saw the character Filthy Fluno pulling the bottles away from my friend who was struggling with addiction. And it was at that point where I really thought there's something to expressing myself as an artist through the means of an avatar, and certain subconscious stories were surfacing, and so that's pretty much what I do. I adventure through virtual worlds like Second Life, and I find inspiration by meeting people and going to live music events and connecting with businesses and corporations, from a woman who runs a little kitchen shop to big corporations like IBM. It's an inspirational environment that I'm always amazed at how many people and how many interesting and art enthusiasts are in there.
What's a bigger influence on your work, maybe aesthetically, or is Second Life or the First Life? What has a bigger influence on your work?
You know, it's a mix. It's really a mix. I've been an artist my whole life. For 10 years, I was working as an administrator in an arts organization, from program director to executive director. I never put down the brushes, and when I started sharing my work with this virtual world of Second Life, I found that I had an audience, and not only an audience, I had a marketplace and a source of inspiration. So when I'm not making artwork about the virtual world, I'm actually, it somehow always comes into my artwork that I'm making. Could be a landscape, or it's really become somewhat of the fabric of my creative inspiration. And so, but I try to carry on traditions, traditions from abstract expressionism to surrealism, and I'm inspired by a lot of artists who have come before me. But what I'm trying to do is somewhat document the virtual world.
A lot of stuff, no matter what their age is. And you see, as I'm folding the tension, this is all finger painted. And you can see my scrapes and my fingers across the pinching it out. Some areas I've pinched the paint completely out, others there. But I believe it's kind of integrating into that feel of that avatar, which I frequently meet.
What are some of your influences in creating these works?
Well, Kandinsky from the 1910s is huge. Paul Klee are huge influences from the kind of expressionist early days. Obviously, the whole Bay Area art scene through the 60s and 70s, which did kind of abstract, figurative art, was directly correlated to this. And obviously influenced by Pollock and those guys too. And some of the color field people who kind of got the concept of tension fields moving.
Hi, my name is Mark Kornblatt, and these are my pieces in the show. These are 4 self-portraits, each made with Xbox 360 video game and the character creation tools that are within the game. This one was made in the Godfather video game. And if we go this way. This is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, in which my character is a counter-terrorist SWAT team member. And so you see this character, even though it looks like me, is starting to take on some of the persona or traits of that in-game character. And as we move along to the next one, this version is a Space Marine. You can see he's sort of a tough customer. And then the final one is a version of myself from Tiger Woods, using the avatar creation tools in that game. But each of these games comes with a sort of penalty in terms of projected personality. And so no matter what I do to present myself in any one of these games, the game still kind of imprints its own personality constraints on that character. So each one of these is still very much limited by the game that it comes from. And I find those limitations to be more enabling than restrictive, in fact.
Hi, my name is Lex Leifheit. I'm the new executive director at SomArts, and we're here at Synthetic Masquerade, an exhibition curated by George Aguilar and Betsy Miller-Cush. And one of the exciting things about this exhibit opening is that it's happening here at SomArts, and it's also happening online in Second Life. And I have to say, the opening here is pretty cool, but the opening on Second Life is international, and they're rocking out. One of the things that I really like about this exhibit is that it embodies one of the ideals of SomArts, which is that it's such a home for ideas and experiments of artistic communities. The community of artists in Second Life are really pioneers in the way that they're finding new mediums for expression, and they're finding new ways to connect with their own artistic community. And we have artists visiting here tonight who are from the East Coast, who are from the Bay Area, and they're communicating with artists from all around the world who have submitted artwork for this exhibition, and it's bringing people together, and it's truly amazing.
Visit the virtual SomArts in Second Life by visiting the SomArts media page and just going in and seeing the mirror exhibit there. Two of the artists, Colorful and Philippi Fluno, are going to be doing some live paintings today, November 8th, and you can see them live. We'll also do some web streaming in the SomArts space, so it should be a good time. And come to the real life show and have some fun and have your mind blown.